With bets of 1.5% or higher confidence, he's running at a 21% ROI.
Ooh.
Track from Playmaster. Shear is the widest with Ruben.
Alrighty, Inside the Hub, episode 16, I think it is. We're ticking along nicely, building up the episodes, and this one we've got plenty to talk about, but I think it's only right that we start with our man Ace. What's he been doing, Dill?
Yes, Torty. On fire. Absolutely airborne, our man. 17 units, I believe, up for the entire tournament. Doing tips every single day on the Betfair Hub. The highlight being Dominic Thiem a couple of nights ago against Rafa Nadal with the max bet there. You would have been happy with that one, Sammy?
I was not. Anyway.
So he's got one for the men's semi-final tonight between Thiem and Zverev. He's gone with Zverev at the handicap plus 3.5 for 2 units. Thinks that Thiem probably deserves favouritism and is the right price at $1.50.
Yeah.
But Zverev is very likely to maybe sneak a set, maybe like a 6-3 or a 6-4, and that could be enough to seal the handicap. It's going to be very hot tonight.
Yeah, he does mention that a bit, doesn't he?
It's like 39 degrees, so Thiem has the fitness edge by a long way. But Zverev is just full of confidence right now.
Yep.
So if he can just sneak one set, the handicap would be a good bet there for 2 units.
Very good.
He's also got some trading advice as well. So some of his outright trading selections were Thiem and Zverev.
Yeah, that's
so if you've got any futures there on either of those.
He mentioned Novak as well a little bit.
Yeah, he had him on top to win the tournament.
Yeah.
But the price
Just
was
a little bit short.
as expected.
Yeah, exactly.
For how dominant he is. So if you do have any futures on there and you're not really sure what you want to do with them on the exchange, check out Ace's comments on the hub, see what he likes, see what he's doing, and it should be a good match tonight. But yeah, Novak is going to be very, very hard to beat on Sunday.
Yeah, he's pretty impressive all throughout, hasn't he? So.
Well, we'll see. Geez, I was impressed with Thiem.
Yep. Yeah.
Might be a bit of a changing of the guard if he manages to upset this.
Definitely. There's a few of those where all of them have just got unbelievable power. They've got all the shots. Not many weaknesses in their game. It's just the experience at maybe the end of the tournament where you can do it's all well and good to get there, but you've got to beat Novak. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Once you get over that hump,
kettle of fish, isn't it?
because I think Novak said it the other night. He was doing what they were doing, except he'd always run into Roger and Nadal, and he'd just keep losing. But now he's the one beating them.
He got there. All right, enough of the tennis. We'll move on to the racing tomorrow. So we'll start with the Manfred Stakes, Caulfield Race 7.
Yeah, you can sort of smell a bit of autumn in the air with some of these races. These 3-year-olds coming back there. It's small fields. We've got a few small fields tomorrow in Sydney, and Caulfield isn't so bad, but there's some smaller fields there too.
Yeah.
But it is early days for these guys, and I think we see the 3 colts and that were pretty competitive in Melbourne last year in Groundswell, Dalasan and Super Seth.
Yep.
The exception of Alligator Blood still up in Queensland before he comes, but these guys were probably the top 3. They're taking each other on straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Punting Form in with their tip for the race. I've got a medium confidence bet on Dalasan. Also, Spend is chucked in there for a Dutch of about $2.
About $2 it would Dutch at, I reckon. So 3 and 5.20. So you get about 2s. Dalasan was last campaign first up. Beat Scouts of Justice in Adelaide. So
Dalasan currently $3 right now on the exchange and the favourite. Craig Williams on board. Couple of jockey changes, I believe, last campaign.
Yeah,
Sammy,
there's a few.
Do you reckon Craig Williams going on board? That's obviously a huge tick.
Yeah, it would in a small field like this. I wouldn't be too concerned with any of the top tier jockeys. It certainly doesn't hurt him.
Yep.
He's a funny horse where I think he's potentially the best one, but it does just a couple of races where he didn't quite hit the target. But I think fresh he could just be cherry right.
Yeah. We'll move on there with onto Dano, or do you have some more?
I was just going to say, Punting Form clearly have Dalasan as the best horse, but Spen's ability to finish off the race strong, which is why they want to put that one in there for a Dutch bet.
Right. Yeah, so TRB, Dan O'Sullivan, he's staying with Dalasan as well.
Okay.
He's got a 1.5% bet on Dalasan, which is quite high for him. I think the highest we've seen is 2.3%. So for context, I did a little bit of research building up to this. So with bets of 1.5% or higher confidence, he's running at a 21% ROI.
Oh, that's good sign.
He's
Some good research there, Turtle.
That's what we keep the spreadsheet for, mate.
Yeah, that's
Thanks,
good. What I would say is Dano's content for these race assessments, they're quite long. He goes through every single horse in the race, rated comments, the weight for age ratings. He's got a speed map there as well.
Yep.
Really, really good content. Really recommend you just go through it and read it.
Yeah.
Because if Dallasan isn't the winner, more often than not, he'll pick the other one and the comments as to why it'll win.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. On to Randwick now, the expressway, where Punting Form have also previewed that one.
Yep.
Decent field in this one with Elise, Colding and Standout amongst the favourites.
Yeah.
They've gone for Standout there, about the $6 mark.
I think an interesting race, good way for age starting point for a lot of horses. And yeah, look, Standout's probably the one they probably think is the 3-year-old down the lower weights. Might sneak something earlier with some of these horses looking to probably get to higher races later on with Colding. Obviously, he was very impressive in the autumn, taking out Epsom in the new race. The 4-year-old one, Golden Eagle.
They haven't recommended a lay selection here, Twardy, but they are pretty keen to take on Elise. And it was a pretty inconsistent campaign last spring. They've got it towards the back. Tommy Berry, I believe, on Standout, reckons it should be just in a good position, come around the turn, and it'll be right in the finish. So could be, he hasn't fully suggested it, but Elise could be maybe like a lay to back option if it's too far back coming around the turn. And like you said, Sammy, another small field. It'll be an interesting race.
Yeah, I definitely will. Yep.
Alrighty. And last race we'll touch on today is the Chairman's Stakes back at Caulfield. Punting Form again have previewed that one, along with 2 other races on the day. They've got another medium confidence bid on Araf here, $2.80, $2.90, about that on the exchange at the moment.
Yeah, down the straight, very impressive. So I think it's hard to sort of go around it. And what do you think? 280, 290?
Yeah, the dominant favourite has the inside draw. They're expecting it to lead and push forward, and should be just too strong from there. So it's nice to have Punting Form back with a couple of medium confidence bets.
Yeah,
you never really know how they're going to go. Maybe just a couple of low confidence ones early, but they seem ready to go.
Medium confidence,
like you said,
always good.
The 2 other ones that you touched on are the 2-year-old races in Sydney. So race 1 and 2. Both small fields, so one of them are actually tipping a slot outside of one of the races. So jump on, have a look.
What I will quickly just say, Twardy, is the mailbag as well. So Dicko and the boys, they've done and they will be doing a weekly preview show of Caulfield and all the big races on Saturday in Victoria. Their tips, their comments, their best backs, lays, value selections, all on the Betfair Hub. They've done about a 35-minute video, but previewing the main races on the card.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing that every single week on the Betfair Hub. So we haven't mentioned them today, but we certainly
will be linked up down below.
Certainly will be mentioning them a lot across the autumn carnival and through the year.
Speed maps as well for metropolitan meetings.
Yeah, definitely. Just really good content there as well. So if you're looking for maybe some longer value selections there, that'd be a really good bit of content to check out.
Yep, and our WA man's up as
Yep. Another meeting at Ascot.
Jeez,
keep it ticking over.
Racing
bit of value there. Bit of value.
It.
He's got a bit of value there. So jump on, have a look.
We love it.
Alrighty, now we'll move back into the sports here. Big Bash finals are underway.
Yeah.
And tonight, we've got the Stars taking on the Sixers there.
Bit of an interesting game. Like we all remember what happened to the Stars last year in the finals, where they threw away that game against the Renegades, and their finals performances over the years have been really, really poor.
Yeah.
But
they got them a while back as well, didn't they?
They come up against their bunny, which is the Sixers. They bash them all around the park every time they play them. The analysts have gone with Stoinis to be the top Melbourne Stars batsman at $3 or higher for 1 unit. He's top scored in 6 of the past 13 matches for the Stars. It's going to be a really good game. Back at the MCG, which Stoinis has performed really, really well at. The Stars right now are actually underdogs, which you wouldn't have thought a couple of weeks ago for how well they were playing.
They were gone.
But the Sixers are back to full strength. Steve Smith in the side. You can't really ignore that factor. So it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, no, look, Steve Smith is looking pretty solid
Yeah.
last time out, so
Yeah,
I think that's
he does not belong in the big bash, but
Yep.
we don't mind him being there.
it's always
So,
going to sway the market when he's around, I think.
and I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes up, we'll have the preview for the Strikers v Thunder game as
Yeah.
well, which is the other decider on
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah.
night.
Yep.
So,
I think they're calling that the knockout final. Like,
Yeah.
They got all these little names for
yeah.
the final.
So make sure you check that one out as well.
Lovely. And lastly, we'll just touch on a couple other things going on over the weekend / Monday. So Super Rugby is the resident Kiwi of Inside the Hub. I'm very excited about this. Starts tonight, Blues vs Chiefs. But our Super Rugby analyst has done a season preview as well as his best 3 bets for the first round. So Crusaders they're always kind of the first name among everyone's selections, but he's looking elsewhere. He's looking at the Chiefs to take out the title this year, with Warren Gatlin coming back from Wales and Aaron Cruden also coming back from Europe. So
Yeah, well.
that's where he's going.
How much are they?
$4.70 right
they're
now. on
second
Betfair.
favourites. So
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with that myself.
How
But,
many years in a row have the Crusaders won it?
3 in a row now, I believe.
Is there anything that could stop them from winning? Have they lost players?
Yeah,
or-
they've lost quite a few players.
Right.
So a few have gone to Japan, a few gone to Europe.
Yep.
So it's becoming more and more common in the Southern Hemisphere now, chasing the big bucks.
But they're
Going
the
overseas.
clear 2 teams, the Crusaders and the Chiefs, you would
Yeah,
say?
I'm not as big on the Chiefs.
Yep.
But the market is.
Yep.
And the market's more often than not,
Yeah.
right over
Exchange
my
knows.
thoughts. So, yep, there's that. So check that out on the Hub.
Yep.
Also, Monday morning, Super Bowl 54.
Yes, so we filmed a preview show of that earlier in the week.
Mhm.
Tordy and Damon as well, and Gugabe. But yeah, just recapping champion bets. They're on the 49ers at the handicap.
Yeah.
More often than not, with these situations where a really good offense is coming against a really good defense, they're going to stick with the defensive side. So they reckon the 49ers should be able to just keep Patrick Mahomes at bay for long enough. He's the only player I know for the Chiefs. So we'll see how that goes. But that should be a really good game on
Yeah, I'm
Monday.
looking forward to it. It'd be good.
Check out that video. We'll link it in the description down below.
Yep.
Plenty of other good content on the Hub over the weekend, as always. Obviously, the tennis finals are kind of the main sporting events on over the weekend, so keep an eye out for them. We'll have them up on Saturday
But jump
and
out
Sunday.
reviews as well that are in, so there's plenty there.
Premier League, A-League, NBL,
Mm.
NBA, it's all happening on the Betfair Hub. There's,
No
there's
shortage
plenty,
at all.
even if you don't like racing, there's plenty of sport to go and check out there. So yeah, there's plenty to chew through.
Excellent.
Was that about us for today? No more last
That's
comments?
it. What a team.
No
This is a
more-
good team.
Well, yeah,
It's the first time.
We'll leave
us
that,
three.
leave that up to the viewers.
Well,
to
It's been
decide
a very
on,
good
but
show today.
if we can say in our humble opinions that we've done all right, then yeah, we'll take that.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.